Hey guys, it's Jimmy Bremner and Dexter the boy, CTOA, and we're on the urban trail in the 416 and trying to get caught up a little bit. You know, the weather here has been miserable, and like I said, I can take the cold, but the damp, you know, the gray sky, it's let's face it, it's depressing, you know. So today the sun's out, it's about 14 degrees. Had the Merlin app going. All the birds are coming back, woodpeckers. Dexter just went for a swim, just check out a mallard duck. So yeah, it's all coming back, and we'll start seeing the green things pop up soon, and you know, we're into summer, into patio weather at that point. So what I want to talk about today is, I usually carry a shoulder bag. And you know what, to be honest with you, like I want to go like ultra light, because Dex and we're only out for a little while. We know where we're going. We're not far from home base. And so today I put on this polo gear jacket, and sorry, he's after something. So I put this on and I loaded it up with the 5C. So let's go through the jacket and see what we can see here. All right. So, like I said, it's a polo gear jacket. And you all know these jackets. This just happens to be proprietary to Canadian Tactical, and Polo Gear is our logo. So what do I have in it? So let's have a look. Okay, so in the outside pocket, I have water. I have obviously bags for Dexter. I have an extra leash just in case, but it's cordage. I've got a beaner on it, not for climbing. Just more or less to keep, you know, stuff on my belt and I don't lose it. In the back of these jackets, there's a big pocket, and in there I've got a bivvy, and it's an SOL bivvy, and gloves. They're like a cotton glove, but a little bit of insulation in there. So next pocket, check it out. This is the pocket on the sleeve, and in there I've got my tourniquet and my first aid in there. So again, got my tourniquet. This is a soft tee. All right, so this is it's not the cat, but this one's good, you know, but I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot of dexterity in my fingers, and I find this one hard to lock off, okay, especially if your hands are all gooey. I find it really difficult to lock it off. Some of you might have a better experience with it, but I fall back on the cat. But this is what I have, and I carry it for a number of reasons. Because yeah, I can use it as a tourniquet. How likely is that? Not so much. But if I needed to make a leash for Dexter, if I needed to, you know, tie something off, this is super strong, and I can do that with it. So that's what's in there. And then of course I got my Israeli bandage and more plastic bags. Not only for Dexter, but I can use those for, you know, a chest wound and that type of thing to form a seal, right? And so that's in one of the upper arm pockets. I'm just going to put it all back in there. On the other side, I have my optic, you know, this is like an 8 power, and like I said, by my eyes, you know, I can only use one eye at this point. As you get older, that's what happens. So I have a monocular, about 8 power. Got a writing stick, and then I've got a small saw, and then I've got my fire kit in here. Magnesium block with ferrocerium rod. Got a magnifying glass in here. I've got jute twine and a number of other things in there, lighter, of course, and matches, but I just want to pull it all out, you know, so I have that. So, like I said, we've pretty well got everything covered in here. I do have a 50-gallon drum liner in one of the upper pockets up here, and these jackets, they're really handy. And down here I've got wipes, you know, sanitary reasons, you gotta have wipes. Got a bit of cash in this pocket. Cash is king. You know, I don't care what people say. Been all over the world. Cash is king. All right. You carry, you know, $100 bills in America, and you can get almost anything done. Okay, and when you go away to you know, places unknown, that American cash is a lifesaver. So keep that in mind. And so again, let's just, you know, I think I got the 5 C's covered here in this jacket. Of course, I've got a multi-tool with me in my pockets, right? Which happens to be today the Swiss Army Work Champ. Okay, this is like the big one, all right? And the blade's lock. It's got everything on it that the Champ has, but it's just it's a lot more robust, you know. So this is what I'm carrying today, and I'm still rocking my my Canadian Tire knife here, and I got to tell you, it's amazing. It's for the money. And I've been over this in the last video about how you're spending your money. You know what? I'm done with name brand things. I don't care what it is. A car, you know, a guitar, a knife, a jacket, your clothes. I'm done with name brand. Okay, I can't. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And you know, as things get tighter now with all the things that are happening, you know, monetarily, and you know, between countries and the T-word tariffs, you got to be smart when you're acquiring gear, and get used to not, you know, let go of that name brand thing. It's total waste of money. And like I said, I've been really lucky in my life. I've traveled all over the world. I go to all the trade shows worldwide, and I can tell you, 95% of things are made offshore. And I'm talking about everything. Everything is made offshore, and that's for profit, you know, for the big companies and everything else. I'm not going to get into the whole thing here, but you have to keep that in mind, and look after yourself, your budget, your money, and buy what makes sense. Okay, who cares? If this Canadian Tire life happens to save my life or somebody else's, that's a pretty good deal for 20 bucks, right? So that's all I got for today. Hopefully we're going to do more videos, more content. If you want to ask me a question about, you know, something that I'm missing, please do that. If I can't answer it, I'll find somebody that can answer it. But I like the comments, and I appreciate everybody watching all the time. Please subscribe. Notification, the bell, and the comments. And again, I'm not, you know, I do my best with this, but I always forget to do the subscribe part. So if you can do that, I would really appreciate it. So it's Jimmy Bremner, Dexter the Boy, CTOA Urban Trail. Nice spring day. Here, buddy, say goodbye to your fans. Look at this guy. He's a powerhouse. Jimmy Bremner, Dexter. CTOA Urban Trail. We're out.